Okay, here we go again. More imbeciles being idiotic. This time, the man, Piers Morgan, has found someone of equal brightness, it seems. Tamer Hassan, I believe his name is. Brace yourselves.
Joaquin Phoenix the other day.
I thought he was great.
He called out systemic
he was belittling.
racism.
Yeah, but it was like, he's doing all of this stuff. It was like you got, but who understood it?
Who understood him? Me. And I would think most people.
Who understood what he was saying? He was actually the Joker. He got an award for this iconic character that he played, and he was sounded like him on that stage.
You see, I agree with you because
Oh, Piers Morgan agrees with him. Surprise, surprise. Piers Morgan agreeing with another idiot, as Piers Morgan does. A week before this, I'll show you a clip now where Piers understood what the problem is, which isn't hard to understand, but, you know, this week he agrees with Tamer, or whatever his name is.
Why didn't the Bafta judging panel pick a brilliant film, brilliant actors, and a brilliant director to nominate?
That then, I mean, it then goes to a much deeper level. Is that then institutionalised racism? Because they just don't see that film as a great... It's not a BAFTA award-winning film.
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
It has to be, I think. In a way, it has to be. Otherwise, there's no other reason for this.
Institutionalised racism.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Institutional racism. Got it in one. Well done, team. Good morning, Britain. Woohoo.
They just don't see that.
Because there were so many options at the BAFTA voting team. What was it? 6,500 members, right? There were so many options that they could have gone for black actors, actresses, directors. They just chose not to.
That's right.
Margot Robbie won twice is nominated twice in the Best Supporting Actress. I watched both the films she's in, right? One is Bombshell, I think. The other one was the Hollywood thing with Brad Pitt. She's perfectly okay in both the films. These aren't the world's greatest performances. You don't come away and thinking, wow, Margot... I mean, I think she's a very good actress and very glamorous and everything else and very talented. However, these are not seminal acting performances that she's getting nominated for. And yet there were some black actresses that being nominated for. And yet there were some black actresses, the Peter and Yongo and others, who I thought put in very powerful performances, not getting a look in.
Yeah.
And that there is a problem.
People talk about, you know, black and white and this and that. What am I going to do if I'm the first Turkish descent actor to get an Oscar
Would
or
that
a big
make you
one?
proud?
100% it made me proud because I'm celebrating my heritage.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be the be and end of it. It would be like, I'm here.
You'd be
I've
more...
worked to be here. I'll be celebrating
what you're really saying
I've achieved it in what I love and do.
Really what...
This guy's miraculously somehow missing the point, which is just that. He said if he was in that situation where he won a BAFTA, he would be made up, so to speak, as he would get to celebrate his heritage. Well, black actors would like to be made up too. And in order to partake in this celebration, we need to be included. The BAFTAs, the Oscars, they're not including us, therefore we're not on the stage to celebrate and have these same accolades, which is what Joaquin Phoenix is highlighting. It really does not require a high intellect to get your head around that. It really doesn't.
What he's saying, I think, is, and I don't want to speak for you, but...
Really what he's saying, I think, is, and I don't want to speak for you, but...
No, speak for him, Piers, why not? Speak for everyone else.
Is that actually, when you win an Oscar, it should be the pinnacle of your acting career, and you should be able to celebrate
in the back of my head
your acting. You shouldn't turn it necessarily into a preacher-thon about all the political issues you care about.
A preacher-thon about all the political issues you care about.
What is it? A preacher-thon? Oh, God.
It's using your platform to try and bring people awareness.
I agree. 100%
because
agree.
we're in such a terrible state. We're in a terrible state. It's not like it used to be the world. Using your platform to try and bring people awareness.
This lady, Jenny, she seems to have a good understanding and position on the matter. Doesn't get to speak much because, as is the makeup of that show, those of a logical, intelligent or enlightened, sensible, choose your word, position, they either don't get much airtime, don't get to speak, or of course, Piers Morgan shouts over them. That is pretty much the format of his show.
I think there's a time and a place for it, that's my point. I think there's a time and a place for it, that's my point.
Indeed, Tamer, Mr. Hassan, there is indeed a time and a place. And what better time or better place than on stage in front of his peers, in a position where he has the attention, the eyes and the ears of the very institution itself, in this case that being the Baftas, and he can literally address them directly whilst recognising his own inadequacies in the situation, in saying, I am here, I accept this award with a heavy heart, if you like, because I recognise that my fellow actors, people of colour, have been left out. We've sent them a clear message that they are not welcome here. I think that is wrong, and this is something we, people like myself in a position of privilege, need to address. So yes, Tamer, there is indeed a time and a place, and where Akeem, apologies if that is the wrong pronunciation, positioned himself that day in front of the very audience that need to hear such a message. He took that opportunity and he delivered a message beautifully in the perfect spot, perfect time, perfect place. Think about it. Woo! I tell you, watching people like this with just no logic or sense whatsoever, where do they find each other?
Time and a place for it. I mean, there's a time and a place for it. I mean, you guys, what do you want to do? Do you want to hear that? Or do you want someone like me or
I don't,
Matthew Buchanan to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear it.
And I love actors, I love interviewing them, I love movies. I just wish more of them, when they had their big moment, actually talked up their own industry.
Yeah.
Actually talked up their own industry.
Yeah. Okay, so Piers Morgan is saying that he would have rathered Joaquin Phoenix in that very moment when he was collecting his Oscar talk up his industry, regardless of the fact that Joaquin Phoenix can see that his industry needs a dressing down for displaying racism. Piers Morgan would have rathered he ignore that and talk up his industry in that moment. Well, thank God they're not like you, Piers, is all I have to say.
Ways of doing it. If I am a big campaigner and advocate of mental health, I will say what I've got to say, and at the end of it, just say, you know, hold it up and go, this is for all the mental health people. Big campaigner and advocate of mental health. I will say what...
Okay, so this Tamer guy is saying that he's a big campaigner for mental health. So perhaps if he was in that position where he was accepting his BAFTA, he would have said a word on mental health. So let's look at that. What is it exactly you suggest Felix should have said in that moment? You, Tamer, are saying that as you are a campaigner for mental health, you would have taken that opportunity to perhaps say something. So, should Phoenix have said, I'm so happy to receive this BAFTA. It's very unfortunate that people of colour haven't been included. It's very unfortunate the BAFTA is not recognising this group whatsoever, and there's a complete whitewash here. But hey, thankfully for me, I am white and I have been included, so I'm very proud of my Oscar, even though it's not a race where all the competitors were part of it. But nevertheless, you know, I have privilege here tonight, and I do accept this Oscar, this BAFTA, with pride. And as for the people of colour, hey ho, perhaps they'll include you in the future, who knows? Like, what is it exactly he should have said in that moment? Because as you said, you would have touched on mental health, so would that have been a better way of touching on it? Oh, like honestly, how does Piers find people of the same mindset as him? But you know, I say that, but in reality, there is plenty of them. But let me assure you, where you said, who knew what Joaquin Phoenix was talking about? Many of us. In fact, Piers did last week.
And yet, the award nominations come out for BAFTA. All 20 acting awards are for white people, white actors. Where is the diversity? And because it's not there, what is going wrong?
But he's not feeling it this week. Not feeling it.
I've got a...
Until the next time.
I'm deeply appreciative. Honored and privileged to be here tonight. Baftas have always been very supportive of my career, and I'm deeply appreciative. But I have to say that I also feel conflicted because so many of my fellow actors that are deserving don't have that same privilege. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it?
Well,
I don't want to hear it. I think that we send a very clear message to people of color that you're not welcome here. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it?
Well,
I don't want to hear it. I think that's the message that we're sending to people that have contributed so much to our medium and our industry, and in ways that we benefit from. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear it. I don't think anybody wants a handout or preferential treatment, although that's what we give ourselves every year. I think that people just want to be acknowledged and appreciated and respected for their work. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear it. This is not a self-righteous condemnation, because I'm ashamed to say that I'm part of the problem. I have not done everything in my power to ensure that the sets I work on are inclusive. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear it.
But I think that it's more than just having sets that are multicultural. I think that we have to really do the hard work to truly understand systemic racism. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear it. I think that it is the obligation of the people that have created and perpetuate and benefit from a system of oppression to be the ones that dismantle it. So that's on us. Do you want to hear that, or do you want someone like me? Or
I don't.
Matthew McConaughey to walk out?
I don't want to hear it.
You don't want to hear it? I don't want to hear it. Thank you.
Somebody who may not be a part of the black community but is definitely repping is Joaquin Phoenix. Now,
he gets a slow clap. He gets a slow clap.
Joaquin Phoenix might be invited to the barbecue after this past weekend when the Joker star won Best Leading Actor at the British Film and Television Awards, a.k.a. the Baftas. So the Baftas stirred up controversy last month when not a single person of color was nominated in any of the major acting categories. And Joaquin used his acceptance speech to call attention to that and the lack of diversity, and also to check his own privilege. Check it out.
But I have to say that I also feel conflicted because so many of my fellow actors that are deserving don't have that same privilege. I think that we send a very clear message to people of color that you're not welcome here. I think that's the message that we're sending to people that have contributed so much to our medium and our industry, and in ways that we benefit from.
Oh, man. You really should listen to the whole
speech in its entirety.
Yeah, you should definitely listen to the whole speech. He wrapped up the speech by saying that he doesn't feel that it is the work of black people to undo racism. He said he feels it is the work of those who benefit from the system to break the system apart. What do y'all think?
It was powerful.
Yeah.
He went in so bad, he forgot his BAFTA. He walked off and it was like, you left your BAFTA.
We just laughed because for the first time, obviously we watched it multiple times already and we're listening to what he had to say and how powerful it was. But for the first time, just watching it back, we were looking at the people in the room and they were like uncomfortable. And it's actually good that they were uncomfortable. I think that was the point of this speech was you gotta shake it up. You gotta feel uncomfortable. Recognize change has to happen.
You know what happens when you're uncomfortable?
What?
You adjust.
Yes, exactly.
If you're sitting in a chair and you're uncomfortable, you're like, let me adjust. So a lot of times people don't want to be made to be uncomfortable, but it really does enforce a shift. And so I think it was great.
And you